Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is obviously very different from where I normally film, but because of what we're doing in today's video, I want it to be on my vanity and comfortable as opposed to doing it back over here where I normally film. Obviously, if you couldn't tell by the title, today I'm finally going to attempt to get rid of these nails because they're driving me crazy. We're going on 2 months of my SNS nails, and these are my nails, so it's time to just get rid of them, soak them off. I'm so tired of looking at them. They're starting to lift as well, which sucks because it's getting caught in my hair and stuff like that, and just really uncomfortable. So I want to get rid of them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into things. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy, and do hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, let's get into it. So I looked up a bunch of ways on like TikTok and YouTube of how to remove the gel powder or SNS powder, and this seemed to be the most common way. So I have here some 100% acetone nail polish remover. I've got a Ziploc bag with a paper towel inside, and then just to show you what I'm using, I have the SNS Super Gel Base and SNS Super Shine Gel Top Coat. For a color, I have SNS Powder number 19, which hopefully focuses. There you go. Now, this isn't my top choice of a color. It's just like the only thing that was available on Amazon. Almost everything is completely sold out or won't ship until like May or June, and your girl is not trying to wait that long, so we're gonna give this a go. Lydia, my nail lady, if you're watching this, I am not trying to leave you. It's just desperate times call for desperate measures, so let's get into it. Oh, another thing, I have a bowl of warm water here. I did take this out of the microwave a little while ago, so while that cools down a little bit, I'm just going to like file my nail because this is what I see Lydia do. This is so weird. I hope I do a good job. I am one of those that like, I can do my makeup, but I can't do my hair, and I can't do my nails. I can do my hair now that it's like curly, but I'm not good at like giving myself a blowout or anything like that I can't do. Okay, next thing it says to do is to pour your acetone. Of course, I need to rip this top off. So it says to pour your acetone to where it like fills up the napkin. All right, so we're just gonna jump into voiceover because it's just easier that way. So I left my hand in here for quite a few minutes. I want to say maybe almost 10 minutes. And here you can see my shock at how well it took majority of the SNS powder off. One thing I will say is to fold your paper towel into like fourths, which you'll see me do with the other hand. And as it started bringing off the dip powder, I just took a file and started filing some of it down. Now this I had to work super quickly because it does harden back up again pretty fast. So you just want to work quickly. You may need to stick your hand back in and then take it back out and file again a couple times. But this part was definitely the most tedious, taking it actually all the way off. And then I just watched some YouTube on my phone. Can I just say this was like possibly the best $10 I've ever spent on Amazon. If you don't have this, you need it. So I can't tell you guys how low-key excited I was to cut my nails. Do you guys see how long they got? Like, I felt like they were claws at this point. So I'm obviously just cutting them and trying to get them as short as possible to where I still feel like I have a nail. And then on top of that, for them all to match. So yeah, I was a little too excited for this part right here. Now time for filing. I do have to say I definitely want to invest in better nail files, or what are they called, emery boards, just in case I need to do this again before this whole quarantine thing is over. So I have like this cheap Revlon one, which actually worked pretty well. It worked better than the blue one that you guys can see there. It was just like a little bit more sharp, I guess you could say. I don't know what the right word to use for that would be, but I'm just filing them and trying to get them as even and as square, but not really too much of a square shape as possible. And then just laying down my paper towel and getting ready to start on the rest. So taking the super gel base, I am just going to be painting over my nail a thin layer of this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just dip it into the powder. Now, I learned after the fact of different ways that I should be dipping it into the powder. Here you can see it was my first one. I was kind of nervous, if that makes sense. So I just dipped it in and then tapped off the excess. Now, one thing that you do want to do that I learned after the fact is brush it off with the brush, which I didn't do. I should have done because it would have helped a lot in terms of the powder getting around my nail, like on my skin, which was kind of hard to take off. So do this step and then make sure that you have a brush on the side where you can brush off any excess. I'm doing 3 layers of this on my nail. That's just what I do whenever I go to the salon, and that's what works for me. I like for them to be on the harder side because I don't want my nails to break. So 3 layers seems to be what works, but of course you need to make sure that you have the right tools. So it did take a little bit longer to file around and get them to a somewhat thinner feel. So I just tried my best, to be honest. Okay, so this was actually the most tedious part. So now my left hand is done, and now is the filing to make it as thin as possible. I honestly took my sweet time with this because I wanted for them to look as neat as I possibly could have them look. And I was just going back and forth between both nail files. This nail file seemed to work a little bit better as like a buffer, and so it was good for like smoothing the nail, whereas the other one I felt was actually making it thinner. So I'm just going back and forth between them, and yeah, this is definitely easily the most time consuming portion of this. Alright, so now I'm just finishing up the filing part, just smoothing out as much as I can, and then I just took an old makeup brush that I don't use, and I pretty violently like dusting off any extra dust or powder, and here's a look at them now before I go and add some shine. They look okay. I mean, you know, not the greatest, but not the worst. They could definitely look a lot worse. So here we are, guys, a full 2 hours. Yes, 2 hours later. I always joke with my nail girl that we always seem to take forever. My nail appointments easily can take like 2.5 hours, and that's usually because we're chatting, catching up. I usually see her every like 3 to 4 weeks, so there's a lot to talk about most of the time. And right now it took me about the same, but obviously that's because I have no idea what I'm doing. This is the first time I've ever attempted this, and I have to say they're not as bad as I thought. Now I'm gonna show you close up. They are bad. They're not good. Do not ask me to come do your nails, but As expected, my left hand definitely looks a lot better. Don't mind that this is crooked. My nail naturally goes that way. So yeah, but obviously my left hand is better than my right hand because I'm right-handed. And there are a couple of nails that do look okay. Like this one looks all right. It's not the worst thing in the world. I think just this hand in general is not that bad. And then this hand, this is a mess. But listen, in quarantine, it'll do. I was just one, dying to cut my nails down, and two, I didn't want to just remove the SNS powder because I've been doing SNS for a really long time now. I want to say almost 2 years, which I know, don't come for me, I'm sorry. This is just what I love to do on my nails. My nails are weak underneath. They're not like full-on weak the way that they are after acrylic, but they are weak. That being said, I didn't want to just take off the SNS powder and then put some regular polish because I knew that they would break. And while I did want to cut them, I didn't want to lose my entire nail. So the nail length is like right there, so it's not bad. My nails are filthy, my fingers are filthy because I need to take off all this excess crap. But yeah, so they pretty much are still kind of long. But I'm so happy now because it's gonna be so much easier to type and to text and to do anything, to pick anything up. If you guys saw the way my index finger was looking, I was looking like a crazy person. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you guys have attempted to do your own nails during the quarantine, and show me pictures, tag me on Instagram, like let me know, because maybe I'll practice this again, maybe not, and as soon as, you know, my nail spot opens again, I'll be right in there. Most likely that's gonna be the case. As always, do not forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you're notified anytime that I post a video. And yeah, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.